Yep, back again, guys. Apologies with the last video. Um, the camera angle, should I say phone, was all over it shop. This is probably my third video, and I'm doing it as one take. I'm doing it while I've got a chance to be able to do the videos. Because normally, I'm very active with my kids. I think my last video I finished regarding, playing for Leeds A from nowhere, from, a bit of pub rugby in a mud bath, which, I loved. After about 3 months, no, after about maybe 2 months of playing for Leeds Rhinos, it was always funny because the team sheet used to come out and everybody used to be, what first team players are in their squad. And there always used to be this thing about how many first teamers they got in. Whereas to me, I did not give a damn dog shit who wasn't playing, because to me every player is going to be quality. Don't matter if it's a first team big name or somebody I've not heard of. I'm playing in an academy. I just expect everyone to be good, because I'm just used to playing for dog and duck in mud. So to me, I underestimated no one, and it didn't matter if I knew the name or not. I'd play against them the same way if there was a name or not a name. You can't underestimate people. So after a few months, Gary Everton calls me into office and he says, you've done good, Gareth. I think I got man at match in the first two Leeds A team games, but I'd not made it because on team sheet I was down as AN other. Bloody hell! What the bloody hell's that? Your George Rainier and your Simfields and Burrows and Danny Wards and Gaz Carvel's all named, came to me AN other. And I asked somebody, and I think it's because I want part of their system. To me, it just means don't worry about his name. He's filling in a gap. Okay, I didn't bother me. Happy just to be playing with these players at Leeds. But Gary calls me in and he tells me, you're doing well, Gareth. We want to offer you a part-time contract for 6 months till end of season. And at this point, I was working at Nestle Rowntree part-time, making chocolate bars. I used to finish about 2 and then get about 50 odd buses up to training ground. Not Headingley, but where they trained. And, I didn't play rugby for money. I played it because I loved it. I was passionate about it. But, extra few quid, then, I was struggling at the time, living in Fev. And I think I might have been even on maybe getting a bit of benefits as well. Just for record, I've only ever signed on for about 6 months, and I think it might have been that period there because I wasn't working at Post anymore. Kind of had to resign because I was rushing around. It were days when Post were great. You could have a little bike, go out early, get your round done, and bloody finish for within 2 hours if you knew your round. I know it's all changed now, but I was kind of rushing around my round to the point that I needed to catch about 5 buses, to get to Leeds to make sure I got to training on time. So I started posting back bloody junk mail, what I'd end up finding at the bottom of my bag. And some busybody had seen me posting junk mail, what nobody gives a shite about anyway, and reported me to the manager. So manager's called me in and said, "Oh, you can't post that back." I says, "Well, it delayed it more if I'd have brought it back to office." I says, "It's all junk mail, and by bringing it back to office, it's they're not going to get it tomorrow. Where they're still going to get it. It just means, it's been found at the bottom of my bag, and I'm training tonight, so oh, okay, well, you shouldn't be doing that, and we're going to have to discipline you." Anyway, back to Leeds. Gary offers me a contract. Not much, but to me, it was like $1 million, a contract to play rugby. And I'll tell you how much it was worth. It was worth about, I can't remember, about 8 grand. To me, that was mega money because, I'm only probably getting that on post. But it wasn't about the money. It was just about, it was a contract. And I didn't have to be another anymore. So, signed it, and I can remember Kevin Sinfield again presenting it to me, and my granddad had been there, and he was so proud. And to me, I didn't think I'd made it, but coming from Cas Panthers only 6 months ago to being offered a part-time deal at a club as big as Leeds, it surpassed expectations of probably what a lot of people thought I could have done. And it was a great moment, and I'm so proud. My granddad was there, and made my family proud. And this is just, I say just, a part-time contract for Rhinos, but it was just amazing. I've played well for the for Rhinos A team, to the point that it will win Dean Lanswat coach. I'm not going to go into politics about stuff, but there was a player at Leeds where he had some issue with coach, and some things were said. I'm not really asked about that. The moral is there was an opportunity for me to maybe have a chance playing for first team at Rhinos after only being in the system 6 months. And Dean Lance came up to me and went, "Gareth, we'd like you to come down and train with first team tomorrow." I went, "What town?" Because I'm working at Nestle Rowntree till 2. He laughed. He says, "It's not tomorrow. I'll do your shift. It was on a day when I wasn't working." So I've got my buses, and I was quite nervous. But this time, I was going to Headingley, not the place past Headingley. I was going to Headingley. Walked into changing room. Don't forget, I love rugby, and as well, as much as being a player, I was a fan of what composed as ever, but inside, oh my God, bloody Darryl Powell, Yestin Harris, Keith Senior, oh my God, Jacko. I don't need to name names. You know, that team, it was star-studded. I think Richie Blackmore, bloody, oof, oof. That was quite intimidating. But I've got a good front, and most of all, I had belief, and it didn't matter who was sat there. I had belief in my ability, and I've done something right to be honoured to sat with such players I was sat with. It all happened very quick. I've trained first time with first team. Oh my God. My worry and drama was always with how structured the drills were. You did a drill, you went to the next one. God, more cones, and you're doing it now with players what are like, the best at best, and you're like, oh my God, I can't make a mistake. And I'm crap with drills. So I did my own little trick, pretended to tie my shoelace at back at Q, and watched until I kind of thought I knew what to do on drill. And then I just jumped in, and then I just felt at ease. I just felt part of it, and it was like my haven, my heaven. It was like I was just training, I was just enjoying myself, and then I didn't even think anymore about the caliber or where the hell or what the hell I was doing. Day later, Dean Land said, "You're going to be in squad for Friday." Yeah, it's on Sky, and I think it was against Castleford Tigers. I can remember just like, oh, that's great, cheers. Composed, keen hell, I was like over at my own house. You know what I mean? I could have pissed my pants, but I didn't want to embarrass myself. So excited. But I said to him, Friday's fine, but I've got to do a shift at Rowntree's. I'll be done for 2, and then I'll get straight to stadium. And I can remember telling people at work and that, and I can't remember if it was Sun or Daily Mail. They turned up at Nestle Rowntree on the day of the game to take pictures of me in my whites, holding toffee crisps, and kind of made a story that rest of players are getting pampered up, and I'm doing a little shift on chocolate bar line. So I finished my shift, and everybody at Nestle wished me a good luck. I'd got my bag in my locker, so I finished my shift, and then it was the journey to Edinley. What made it worse is that I wasn't starting, I wasn't bench. My God, that just builds pressure and anxiety, because you can't get that first touch. You've got to wait for you. You go wait, you're not sure if you're going to go on. You already know you're going to be targeted because you're new, you're green, you're playing on wing. So they're going to target you anyway. Whew. I can remember sitting in changing rooms and Sky Sports cameras, in room, and it showed shot where what I'd only seen watching in pub at Fev, and it was Tucker's miracle. What players used to walk out to them in slow mo, and I can remember. I'm a very composed kid, but I was sweating. And again, it was Kevin Sinfield what came over to me and went, "Don't worry, Gareth. You wouldn't be here if you weren't good enough, so don't doubt yourself." I mean, Kev's only a young kid there, so, that's just, the calibre of the legend and captain he went on to be for Leeds. His words were nice, but I was still shitting myself. But I can remember saying, well, I'm going to push him in front of Q, because I'm not walking back with subs, because I want to be seen on that Tucker's miracle. So I think I kind of pushed in. I was fourth. I think subs were meant to come back, but I got myself in. I came out fourth. And you ought to see my face. I was just wet through. Sat on bench. And just seeing, oh my God, speed at game. And I actually started to question myself. I'm like, have I got my... Is this too much? Am I ahead of myself? This is mental. It was a close game as well. It was like 6-6. And I got a message by, I think, Mick Cook. Gareth, get warmed up. This was about 15 minutes to go. Oh my God. But wow, what a feeling. Took it off, took my subcoat off, did the running up and down pitch and my stretchers, and bloody seen Sky Screen Sports. I'm thinking, this is real. This is real, man. Keep your belief, what got you here. It's like a dream. But don't worry. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be seen. Believe in yourself. On pitch I went. On wing. They tried putting a few kicks up to me. I caught them. They tried playing down my side with quick hands, targeting me. Kept my position. Made my tackles. But for some reason, it was third tackle, and I want the kicker. It want to script. We're probably at halfway line, and I think I just wanted to go in, have a scoot, and get involved. I can remember just scooting like an elastic band, not knowing where I'm going, but knowing what. But I've trusted my feet to know what they're doing. And I've ended up kicking this ball. I've ended up kicking it, the Cine and the Ryan Sheridan and probably Darryl Powell. Saying, guys, what the I've sliced it. And, it's bad enough to be kicking it on 6 tackle. But I've tried doing a little chip through. And it sliced off my foot to the point it's actually going into touch. And I've kind of chased it like a mother effer. And did kind of like a sliding tackle and kicked it back in play. Around, the best at best. And they've thought, what the hell is he doing? But you know, they've backed the play up, and I've kind of done a sliding kick, just kept it in before it had gone out, and it bounced back in and went over at try line, and big Graham Mackay dived on it, scored, and we ended up winning game. I've still no idea to this day what the hell I were doing, but I enjoyed it. Like I say, it was like a dream. And I went on and played 4 first team games for Leeds, and you know, within 8 months of being at that club, and previous to that, I just played amateur rugby. Towards end that 8 month, that contract wasn't what Gary offered me, and like I said, it was about 8 grand, and I was struggling to make ends meet, like out of the rugby world, and pretty poor to point. Couldn't really afford to live, and thankfully I had no children to support them, but I couldn't even support myself, and most of my money went on a bus pass to get to training. My mum, great family. I always used to walk from Featherstone to Pontefract, and she'd do washing for me, and she'd see you £1.50, get that back for get bus back. You're not bloody walking back, Gary. And sometimes I would, and sometimes I might, to ease the pressure, get a bottle of bloody White Lightning, £100. Anyway, Gary, everything called me in office. He's done great, Gareth, better than I imagined. We're going to offer you a new contract, but it's part-time. I says, I can't accept it, Gary. Can't accept it. I can't afford to live. I said, just give me full-time rugby. I don't want much money. I'm not in it for money. Just give me enough to live. And he says, I can't, Gareth. We're up to our cap, and obviously there's players before you. Of course, there's players before me. The players what Leeds have invested through their academy since they were 12. I'm just this bloody random freak what's coming nowhere, doing well, no budget for me. And I was 22 or 21, and he offered me another part-time deal. Bloody hell, I didn't want much. I said to him, look, give me 12 grand. Let me train full time, because if I've done this good part time, just give me enough to live on, and I'll show you what I can do. He says, I can't, Gareth, sorry. I says, well, I'm going to turn it down then. I need to concentrate on reality. Thank you for opportunity. Maybe this is my pinnacle. I loved it here, but I'm going to turn your contract down. And I did. I'm going to leave it there, guys. My next bit will be about how I ended up signing professional. And from nowhere, from a knock on the door in Featherstone. My videos, I want to inspire, but they're from the heart, the truth. I will get on to ups and downs, and the ink thing, we will get to that, but that's not what my channel or my videos are about. In a bit, guys, yeah.